Gratitude as a spiritual posture, compassion beyond boundaries, healing power of touch, faith that moves mountains, silence and obedience, gratitude as a spiritual posture. Develop an attitude of gratitude. The gospel passage for this Sunday comes from Mark chapter 1, 40 to 45. Jesus heals a leper. He witnesses sin and sickness. It is a radical cure. The gospel for this Sunday invites us to step into a moment of profound encounter with Jesus as we dive into the passage of Mark chapter 1, 40 to 45. In this gospel passage, we witness a transformative act of compassion, healing, and faith. The story of Jesus reaching out to a man afflicted with leprosy is not merely a historical account, but a timeless lesson that beckons us to reflect on our own journey of faith. As we navigate, as we journey through the details of this narrative, let's open our hearts to the whispers of grace and wisdom it carries, seeking a deeper understanding what it means to follow Christ. These events take place during the ministry of Jesus in Galilee. Compassion beyond boundaries. The leper, an outcast in society, dares to approach Jesus. In doing so, he teaches us about the boundless nature of Christ's compassion. Let's reflect on how we too can extend compassion beyond societal boundaries, reaching out to those who may feel marginalized. What keeps us towards in a group, in a cliques? What makes us to go out beyond our boundaries? It's compassion. He was moved with pity. It comes from the Greek word splanchnizomai. His whole body, his entrails, his gut, his heart, his lungs, his kidneys is moved with pity. It's a seat of compassion. Not feeling sorry, or let me help the person. It is a whole being. The healing power of touch. Jesus, moved with pity, touched a leper, breaking the barriers of ritual impurity. The power of physical touch is a profound aspect of this healing. In our lives, how can our actions, our touch, become instruments of healing for those around us? We all experienced during the pandemic what happened. People in isolation. We couldn't touch one another. We had to wear the mask. What a horrible thing that happened during the pandemic. But now we're able to associate one another, be close to people, touch, hug, express our compassion, love for one another. Faith that moves mountain. The leper's faith is palpable. He believes in the transformative power of Jesus to heal. Today, let's examine the state of our own faith. How confident are we in approaching Jesus with our vulnerabilities, with our brokenness, with our failures, trusting that His grace can move mountains in our lives? Silence and obedience. Jesus instructs the healed leper to remain silent about the miraculous healing. In our age of constant communication, what can we learn from the wisdom of silence? Are you addicted to the cell phone? Are you addicted to the social media? I cannot remain without the mobile phone, social media. Do we take time to be off from constant binging of the social media? How might obedience to God's plan, even when it challenges the desire to share, shape our spiritual journey? Think about it. Silence leads to obedience to God. Gratitude as a spiritual posture. The healed leper returns to express gratitude. Gratitude is not just a feeling, but a spiritual posture. Are we cultivating a grateful heart in our daily lives, recognizing and acknowledging the countless blessings bestowed upon us? Do we develop an attitude of gratitude? Let's carry with us this week the lessons of compassion, the healing power of touch, the strength of faith, the wisdom and silence, and the importance of gratitude. The gospel challenges us to live out our faith in the ways that transform not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. May the echoes of this encounter with Jesus resonate in our hearts, inspiring us to embrace a life guided by love, compassion, and unwavering faith. As we leave this sacred space after the Sunday worship, may the gospel message inspire and infuse our daily interaction. Make us ambassadors of Christ's love in the world. Let's go forth with hearts open to the transformative power of Jesus, knowing that His compassion knows no bounds. Compassion beyond boundaries, the healing power of touch, faith that moves mountains, silence and obedience, gratitude as a spiritual pasture.